Welcome to our creative book fair, a magical world filled with wonder and joy.
It's amazing when you see them because they were so independent.
It was 3 days, and by the end of it, one of my students was like, we did this for 7 months for only 3 days.
Back in the days, we never really had a book fair, like such a big project going on for our senior kids. And just about, I would say 4 or 5 years ago, we started this book fair, the whole event. And it's considered one of the biggest events for all of our senior students and the teachers, of course. And what do you think is the main purpose for us to have a book fair?
And I think it's such a great way for kids to learn to work with each other and to solve problems and getting that one idea and developing it to make sure that it's become something that they all want to be part of.
I think that with the way we were doing it before, with the speech contest and reading contest, there's really only a select few people who fit that. Where book fair, it's encompassing every skill, every aspect that any child could have. So you're not just focusing on one thing, we're focusing on every child, every need, and it's also helping other kids gain skills and other kids learn how to work well with each other, how to think outside the box, how to brainstorm, how to create things, and how to make stories. It's really important just for speaking.
So in the beginning, we choose the theme that the kids want to work on. And then from that, we learn about that theme. The kids feel like they have a choice. And when they have that choice, they feel like they really want to participate.
Once you give students the freedom for what they want to learn, they actually participate more. It's their motivation and their responsibility for it. But on the other hand, it can be quite challenging for teachers because that means you have no preparation time. So is there any moment where you feel like, oh wow, then I have no idea how to teach?
Oh, every day. Every day.
But that's also the cool thing, because I think one thing that people forget is like school is such an important thing, and it's where you had the most fun growing up, really. You're learning is so important, so I'm learning with the kids. And then you all have new questions and new avenues to explore now. So it's endless.
We would start a topic with the students, and then you guys would go towards like the more theory part of the lesson. And then you guys would divide into groups for kids to start writing the book? Or like how does it work for the book production way?
I think with the story part of it, we have to do it as a class together. And then we start with one idea and then try different ways to continue with that idea. And then in the end, it just ends up to be a story, a very cute story that the kids all participated in.
Moving to like cut and paste,
Collage or painting, yeah.
I think so. I think as teachers, we see what skills each child has, and then using that, we want to make sure that they are also part of it. So if this child's drawing skill isn't as good, then we will use maybe different ways to make her or his page come alive in a way.
And some kids will say, I don't want to color, can I use paper? They want to cut where I want to paint. So, okay, whatever you want, do it, it's yours.
right? Rather than just being quiet and sit there not being involved.
And I think that's why it's good that they're all different.
Yeah.
They're not just colored, they're not just cut and paste, they're all different.
Imaginary characters.
Yeah.
And some of them are like real life related. So
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of having theme teaching.
It's not just we're making a silly story, they're actually learning and exploring things outside. And even if it is something silly made up, they're learning the skills they need for elementary school. They're learning how to work in a group. They're learning how to be put under a little bit of pressure. They're learning how to delegate their time.
Yeah.
They're having fun. That's the biggest thing. They're actually having fun.
So moving on to the biggest part of the book fair, the project. We are expecting stations for guests and parents to come in and having the conversation and interaction with the kids, all in English, of course. Nothing scripted. So they have to sell the book, sell the project. Yeah.
Explain everything to the guests.
It could be so many people. We're looking at like hundreds at a time, right?
Yes, hundreds of guests. And then it's amazing when you see them because they know this theme. It is their project.
Yeah.
They've been working on it for months. So for them, it's something that is so natural. So when they explain it to the guests, to the people, they feel so comfortable.
They're so excited about it. Now mommy and daddy's gonna come, I'm gonna show them how good I can be. And my last book fair, it was 3 days, and by the end of it, one of my students was like, we did this for 7 months for only 3 days. Teacher, I want to do more. And I was like, teacher's done, but you did great. Like, they're just happy. They want to keep doing it.
And you can see that confidence in them.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that they're only 5 or 6. And then I just love the whole process.
Yes, something that I've really noticed here is the kids, they have natural confidence.
Yeah.
They don't see any moment being on the stage as a stage is a big stage opportunity for them. It's just natural. Okay, who want to do it? Everybody raise their hands and they go up on it, and then you just break their legs. Yeah, they're all ready. Yeah, they might, with scramble a few words in their head, but they are not scared.
No.
And with Bookfair, something I really enjoy is I always go to each station, different kids, different day. I will just throw them random questions. Something funny, something outside of the box, just to test out their creativity. Yeah. And I love the answers coming back. I think that's the beauty of our curriculum here and the success of Bookfair.
Yeah.
Maybe moving on to the last question, and I would like a few funny stories or funny moments during the process, or something that you would still remember till this day.
I think for me is when one of my students, she just wanted to take charge. And she's like, I can do it. Teacher, I can do it. And I actually enjoyed that. The fact that they wanted to do it on their own. And they didn't really need me at that moment. And I felt so proud because they were so independent and they were so competent. And I felt so good about that they were like, I can do this. I can take care of this. You can take this.
One of our characters in the story is the Mosasaurus, which is a dinosaur shark. And one of my students is the smartest dinosaur expert. I have him spell the names on the board. I can't do it. He's so good. Teacher Sean, go up. And he will explain to the class. And he walks straight up and he goes, hello, class. And he'll start talking to them. And we were making a squid the other day. And I was like, okay, how can we make the suckers? And in my head, we made the rest with clay. So I was like, we'll use a different material. Because I like to switch it up. So I was like, Sean, just come up here and teach the class. And he sat and he goes, okay, everyone. And he showed them how to do it. The kids were just like so in tune, not a single noise. And they all watched him. And he was like, okay, class, go.
What?
And I was like, okay. And the whole class did it. And it was beautiful. And he was like, when you're done, give it to teacher Anya. I didn't tell them that. But he did such a beautiful job.
Pay him.
Yeah, I got a whole video of it. I was like, this is great.
Do you guys feel that after Bookfair, you actually see kids having more, like individual kids having more vivid personality?
I think throughout the whole process, because like I have students that I feel like I have seen grow up so quick.
Was like even after the book fair and we moved on to a new theme, they kind of learned the whole process and they kind of knew what had to be done. And then I felt that they were able to be really engrossed in the theme that they chose. And I really didn't have to,
They know the routine now.
they know the routine. And it was like, I know how to learn.
Yeah, it's much easier. And they're very quick to say, if you're like, okay, we're gonna learn this. No, teacher, I wanna learn this. And you say, okay. Back to what you say, you gotta switch it up. If your class doesn't want to do this anymore, don't make them do it. See where they wanna go and take it.
Every time I first have, like when I first start senior class, I feel nervous and I feel overwhelmed. But at the end of it, I kind of feel
Achieved.
Accomplished. And I feel so proud of our school, our kids, and the people that I work with because we've accomplished so much.
It just creates a good community in our school. Like, I think the vibe the kids have, they're always happy. So like you can walk down and fearless. I feel like the kids are so fearless. Like I can walk down the hall and say hello and like, hi. Like they may never have seen me before, but they don't care. And they're just happy and they're not shy. So they're learning everything they need to know properly to get them prepared for elementary school. And they're having fun. That's the biggest thing. They're actually having fun.
You are our last day. Here's a book fair. Let's wait. Let me tell you what is this dinosaur. This is T-Rex. The Cobra 2, the Bennett Crepe, the 100 Pacer is different. You can only take 100. International School, Zhongning Campus.